Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a question from LeetCode called sum of two integers. It is a medium. We are going to jump right into it. Given two integers a and b, return the sum of the two integers without using the operators plus and minus. Example 1, we have a being 1 and b being 2. We output 3. And example 2, we have 2 and 3, and so we output 5. So we want to add a and b without using either the plus or the minus. Now, this question is pretty open-ended, so we have a lot of freedom with how we want to approach this. We could theoretically add a and b to a list and simply return that sum. So I could just run this, and of course I would get the expected output. Another thing I could do is just do math.exponent of a, multiply that with math.exponent of b. So if I'm multiplying with the same bases, that means the exponents are being added. And then what I have to do is take math.log of that entire thing and wrap it as an int. And of course, once I take care of the zero conditions for a and b, I could also get a correct answer by doing this. And neither approach really uses the plus and minus, so I think it is perfectly acceptable. However, this question does want us to use bits and bitwise operators. So switching over to binary, how would we add? Say we had an example with a being 2, b being 3. So say I wanted to add 2 and 3, how would that look like in binary? 2 is represented with a 1, 0, and 3 is represented with a 1, 1. Okay, so if I have this following bit representation, how would I do addition? It's just like regular addition, right? We look at that first digit, 0 and 1. That added together is just 1. Then we have 1, 1. That is 1, 0. So we write down the 0 and we carry over the 1. Then 1 with nothing is just 1. Like this. And this makes sense because this is equivalent to 5 and 2 plus 3 is 5. Now the only problem here is we can't use addition. So what can we use instead? Well, there is a pattern on how this is being added. If I had 0 and 1, I would output 1. If I had 1 and 0, I would output 1. If I had 0 and 0, I would output 0. And if I had 1 and 1, I would output 0 with a 1 as carry. So what does this truth table remind us of? This is an XOR or an exclusive OR, where we output a 1 if the digits are different. If they're the same, if we have 0, 0 or 1, 1, we would output a 0. So that takes care of the output we would have without the carry. Now, what about the carry? The only time we would actually have a carry is if we have the 1, 1 condition. Otherwise, everything else is just 0. If we have a 1, 1, then our carry would be 1. Otherwise, we have no carry. And this is the logical AND. 0 and 1 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0, and 1 and 1 is the only time we would actually output 1. So what we're going to do is break this up into two parts. I'm going to have the sum without carry being A XORed B, and my carry is just going to be A and B. Now, what do I do with this carry that I get, right? Once I get the carry, I want to shift it over 1 to the left and then continue my summation. So what I'm going to do to this carry is actually shift it left by 1. And then I want to repeat this addition. So I'm going to do the sum without carry and carry again and combine that. To make this clearer, let's actually look at base 10 again. Okay, say I had the following integers that I wanted to add up. How would I do it? Well, 9 plus 4 is 13, so I would write 3 over here, and I would carry the 1. So right now, this is my sum without carry, and this up here is my carry. Now, 8 plus 6, and we're going to ignore the carry right now, is 14. So I'm going to write a 4 over here and carry the 1. And again, we ignore the carry, so 7 plus 8 is 15, and we carry the 1. So now we have a sum without carry and a carry, but remember, we wanted to add the carries to the sum we would have had otherwise. So what we're going to do is add the carry and sum without carry together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 543 with 1, 1, 1. Except this needs to be shifted over by 1, right? So it's going to be something like this. And this is just going to be a 0 over here. We have 1, 1, 1, 0 plus 543. And we're going to repeat the same thing again. So I want to add this up. And again, I'm going to have this over here be sum without carry. And up here is going to be my carry. Now, 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. And 1 plus 0 is just 1. So now I have a sum without carry being 1653, and I have nothing in my carry. This means I'm actually done with my addition. And my final output is 1653 for this original addition right here. So we're going to do the same thing in binary. And I'm actually going to assign sum without carry to be A, and my carry I'm going to set to be B. This means that while b greater than 0, while we still have carries that need processing, we're going to set A to be the sum without carry, so that's A, X, or B. And we're going to set B to be the carry, so that is A ANDed with B, and then left shifted by 1, like this. And finally, we have to return A. So I'm going to go ahead and remove everything else, and we can go ahead and run this code. And it is accepted. Now, before submitting, there is one small caveat. The problem is overflow. With Python specifically, we're not actually bound with 32 bits. So say I had the following test case. I had -2 and 3. If I were to go ahead and run this, we would actually time out. And we can see that it has timed out, time limit exceeded. Why is that? Well, let's take a look at -2 and 3 and see exactly what is happening. So 3, how would I write that in bit form? That is going to be 0, 1, 1, and say I have 8 bits, so that's going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this over here is 3. Now, how do I write -2? Negative numbers are written in 2's complement. What that means is we take the original number, we invert the bits, and then we add 1. So 2 originally would look something like this in 8-bit form, like this. Now, if I were to go ahead and invert every single digit, I would flip the zeros to be 1s and the 1 to be a 0. So now I have this. And finally, I just have to go ahead and add 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0, and I carry over the 1. So 1 plus 0 is 1, and the rest are all just going to be 1s. So this is -2. And a quick check over here, right? How to tell what our numbers are. The most significant bit, the leftmost bit, represents our sign. So if it's 0, that means it's positive, and if it's 1, that means we have a negative integer. And feel free to read more up on this online, but this is what we are going to do. We're going to add 3 and -2 over here. But say to make this even simpler, instead of using 8 bits, say I'm only using 3. So I'm just going to use this and this. What would that look like? I would basically be doing 0, 1, 1, which is 3, plus 1, 1, 0, which is -2. Now, if I were to go ahead and add this up, I would have 1 over here. Then 1 plus 1 is 1, 0, with 1 being the carry. So I have 1 over here as carry. And then 1 and 1 again, so that's 0, with 1 being the carry. Now remember, I have 3 bits, so I'm sort of truncating my answer to only be 0, 0, 1. And that makes sense, right? 3 plus -2 is just 1, and we have 1 over here. Now the problem is, if this was not truncated to be 3 bits, we would actually continue adding this up, right? We would have all these 1s for this -2, and we would keep carrying over the 1 on and on and on. And that's sort of what Python does. It's not bound by 30 or 8 or even 32 bits, which is why this example timed out. So how do we fix this? We have to go ahead and truncate it ourselves, which means we're going to bound it by a 32-bit integer. I'm going to assign a 32-bit value of all 1s to a variable called mask. Now, instead of writing out 1 32 times, I'm just going to represent this in hexadecimal form. So that is going to be the following, like this. So instead of checking while b greater than 0, because we could theoretically keep carrying on, right? What I'm going to do is check mask and B. So the first 32 bits of B, if that is greater than 0, then we continue. If not, then I know we're just overflowing and I'm going to stop my while condition. And the same applies for the return, right? If B is greater than 0, then I want to return mask ANDed with A. What this does is it takes the first 32 bits of A, because anything ANDed with something else of all ones is just going to keep its own value. For example, if I had 110 and I was ANDing that with all ones, I would get 1110, right? Because only if both of these are ones would I get a 1. If any is a 0, 1, I would get 0. So what this means is I'm just keeping that first 32-bit value of A, and same for B, that's all I'm checking. And if this is not greater than 0, else we can just return A. So now if we go ahead and run this, it should work. And it's accepted. So now we can go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted as well. So before leaving, let's run through an example. Okay, for our example, let's use 1 and -1 and see how it goes line by line. So A is going to be 1, and for simplicity purposes, I'm just going to only use 3 bits. That way we don't have to keep writing things out. So 1 in 3 bits is going to be 0, 0, 1. And B is going to be, again, 0, 0, 1. We go ahead and invert this, so it's 1, 1, 0. And then we add 1, and we get 1, 1, 1. So that means this is -1. And this is +1 up here. Now I want to go ahead and add this up. So I go into this function. And mask, again, for simplicity purposes, let's just say it is a 3-bit integer made up of all ones. So while mask ANDed with B greater than 0, and that is true, this is greater than 0, it's all ones right now, we are going to find our new A and B. So A is going to be our sum without the carry, so that's just going to be A, B, XORed. So that means A is now going to be 1, 1, 0. And our new B value is going to be A ANDed with B. So that is 0, 0, 1. And then we shift to the left. So this is now something like this. And let's get rid of this over here. So this is our new B value. Now we go back into this while loop and B is greater than 0. So we have our new A and B values. So I'm going to write out my new A value, which is 1, 1, 0, and my new B value, which is 0, 1, 0. Now I want to go ahead and find the XOR and the carry again. So A XORed with B is going to be 1, 0, 0, and B is going to be A and B, so that is going to be 0, 1, 0, left shifted by 1. So this is going to look something like this. Now we go back into this while loop. B is still greater than 0, so we do the same thing again. Our new A is 1, 0, 0, and our new B is 1, 0, 0. So what is A XORed with B? That's 0, 0, 0. And what is B equivalent to now? So that's A and B, which means it is 1, 0, 0. And then we left shift by 1. So that is something like this. However, now when we go back into our while loop, we're going to mask it and we're assuming this is a 3-bit integer. That means we only care about these digits here. This is no longer greater than 0. So we are going to actually return, and we're going to return mask and A because B is actually greater than 0. So we're going to mask A and our output is going to be 0. Now I've added some print statements to also see how this would play out with all 32 bits, but this is how we're going to be doing this. And I'm actually going to adjust this print statement a little bit just so we can also see what mask and A are. So mask and A, and I'm going to take the binary of that. And just for fun, we're also going to see what A and B are without the binary. Also going to add in bin of B, bin of mask and B, and also mask and B. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this code. And we can see all of this playing out, right? So when we go ahead and start carrying this all over, we get 2, -2, 4, -4. We're basically adding all of this up until we hit that 32-bit mark. Once we finally do, we actually have, and we can see in this print statement over here, right? The binary of b is actually greater than 0. It's non-zero, so we have to go ahead and truncate it. So this is what binary of b represents. It's some random number. And when we truncate it, we add the mask. It's finally 0. But it was greater than 0, so we have to return mask of a. And what's mask of a? Mask of a is 0 as well. So that's how to do sum of two integers. I know sometimes it can get a little confusing using bitwise operations and just binary in general. So if you have any questions at all, let me know down below. Otherwise, I will see you next time.